I, a, u, go, o, bo, dawaj, a, wimi, a, hebaba. What exactly are you looking at right now? Is this a corrupted string of code, an experimental foreign film script, or maybe an AI translation tool having a complete meltdown? It is an AI glitch, but a very specific one. This is the actual auto-generated closed captioning from a classic Warner Brothers Quackers and Friends compilation of Tom and Jerry. Normally, a script exists to move the plot forward, with characters talking to explain their motivations or set up the next scene. In this cartoon, traditional language is almost completely thrown out the window. Decoding this garbled, multilingual text reveals how animators choreographed clear narratives using nothing but orchestrated percussion and human grunts. Back in the early days of Warner Brothers and Hanna-Barbera animation, dialogue was an afterthought. The medium relied heavily on physical gags, meaning actual words were pushed to the absolute background. When English words do pop up in this transcript, they look completely unhinged. You get disjointed, frantic phrases like, "Goodbye, are you still me? I'm sorry, come, please open your mouth." These fragments usually fill the silence when Tom creeps toward Quacker, providing a rhythmic bridge that maintains the tension until the next collision. They aren't there to tell you what the character is thinking or to advance the story. They are vocalizations used strictly for comedic rhythm, bridging the gap between silence and the next explosion of physical comedy. The rest of the transcript is dominated by primal grunts, and frantic stutters. Those nonverbal noises are what actually carry the emotional weight of the scene, communicating pain, surprise, or pure panic. By stripping words of their semantic meaning, the creators turned the human voice into another percussive instrument in a massive slapstick orchestra. Since they weren't relying on dialogue to tell the story, sound designers had to step in and invent a new, highly physical language of impacts, crashes, and boings. To get the specific sounds of violence, Foley artists brought in bizarre, real-world objects. They dropped anvils, rattled heavy iron chains, and slammed contraptions together to build out an auditory world of panic. None of these crashes were random. The conductor dictated exactly when a hammer would hit or a chain would rattle. Every single sound was plotted with split-second timing to match the exact frames of the visual gags. Then you have composer Scott Bradley and his massive recording orchestras. His musical score functioned as a direct substitute for a written script. Instead of a character delivering a spoken punchline to cap off a joke, a massive orchestral hit of brass and percussion would punctuate the climax of the gag. This frantic on-screen energy is governed by the rigid mathematics of the sound engineer's timing sheet. This rigid control brings us back to the strangest anomaly in our YouTube transcript. Alongside the broken English, the auto-captioning spit out Thai, Russian, and Arabic characters. The modern AI transcription tool is getting confused because the nonverbal sounds of human frustration, gulping, and yelling share phonetic similarities across global languages. Because the cartoon relied on these shared human sounds instead of localized English dialogue, the studio could export episodes immediately to international markets. They never even had to dub them. A child in Tokyo, a family in Cairo, and viewers in London could all watch the exact same reel of film and laugh at the exact same jokes. The physical comedy translated perfectly without a single word. This accessible, dialogue-free format brought massive commercial and critical success to the studio, securing the creators a permanent place in television history. By discarding the constraints of local language in favor of orchestrated mayhem, Hanna-Barbera turned slapstick into a comedy that requires no translation.